With the commencement of Phase 2 of COVID-19 vaccine rollout, the end-to-end distribution of vaccines and other medical equipment in a transparent and automated fashion is imperative for the success of the vaccination exercise. In this regard, MegaMedx has launched an online pharmaceutical supplies platform with secure warehouses that will ensure security, traceability, and tracking of medicines and other pharmaceutical supplies in Nigeria. MegaMedx has also partnered with the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria for the deployment of an appropriate infrastructure, technology, and logistics to ensure high-quality healthcare products and services are delivered from source to hospitals. So to give us more insight into the novel initiative, we're now being joined by Kola Wojuola, Managing Director of MegaMedx. Welcome to the program, Mr. Wojuola, and it's a pleasure to have you. I mean, tell us this technology of logistics as regards pharmaceuticals and vaccines, really, that MegaMedx is bringing to the fore.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to be here. And before we talk about medicine security, I think it's very, very important that I put things in the proper perspective. If we look at the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, health and well-being occupies, the top of the list. That number 3, and 2 of the targets are very, very important to this subject of discussion. One of the targets of the health and well-being is number 1, to eliminate the epidemic of malaria, tuberculosis, and some other tropical diseases by 2030 in developing countries like Nigeria. Let's take malaria, for example. 500 million people die every year globally from malaria, and half of those numbers of people come from Nigeria. Half of them are Nigerians, okay? So we're talking about 207,000 people dying from malaria every year in Nigeria. If you do your maths, you divide that by 365 and divide by 24. That means a person dies from malaria every single year in Nigeria. Now, for Nigeria to be able to catch up with the rest of the world by 2030, what that means is that, obviously we can't kill all the mosquitoes before then. We are going to definitely we're going to depend on medicine security. What I mean by that is this. You can imagine how many doses of malaria, anti-malarials that Nigerians take every day. If we are not sure, if we are not able to guarantee that every single pack that's coming into this Nigeria and coming into the hands of every Nigerian using them is authentic, then we will not be able to meet the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Another one of them is this: access to essential medicines, safe, effective, quality, and affordable medicines to everyone in the world is another one of the goals. Now, access means the supply chain. The supply chain we call it a chain because if it breaks at any point in time, it exposes everybody that is going to take that product, whether it's a medicine or a vaccine. So what we are trying to do in MegaMedx is to use technology to be able to provide a platform where suppliers are able to display their products to pharmacies across Nigeria and hospitals across Nigeria in a virtual manner, and the pharmacies and the hospitals are able to go in there and pick what they need in a just-in-time manner, and it will be supplied to them from any part of the country where they are from our warehouses across Nigeria. So that's what we've been able to do in the past 1 year of our existence, and that's what I'm here to talk about. How do we secure the security of medicines in Nigeria? The answer is we can use technology to do it, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Okay, well, interesting to hear that this is tech-driven, but you deal with major suppliers, manufacturers,
Exactly.
hospitals, pharmacies. Is there a retail side to your operation? And if there's a retail side to it, how does that work? Can somebody just call you up, send you an email, and say, oh, I have this particular pharmaceutical need? Because I guess, people would like to know.
Thank you very much. Before I came in, we were talking about the petroleum industry bill. You talk about the upstream, the midstream, and the downstream. So the upstream of pharmaceutical supply is when these products come into Nigeria and they are regulated by NAFDAC. And from there, it gets to the midstream where it resides with the mega distribution centers. Nigeria has come up with a national drug distribution guideline where when products come in, from the manufacturers, it has to go through what we call the mega distribution centers, which we are licensed to do as MegaMedx. And from there, that's where the midstream starts. That's where we focus on. That's where we play. On the downstream, which is from the retail down to, the everyday person, the everyday Nigerian, is not what we do. We do business to business. But I can guarantee you that midstream is the most important of all because in advanced climes, you don't have 1,001 suppliers. You only have just 3 of them, as big as America is. And what we're trying to do is to just mirror that so that if you are coming into Nigeria, your products are registered by NAFDAC, you put them on a platform. We partner with you to make sure that these products are visible to pharmacies and hospitals. Then from there, everything is going to be okay once the products are guaranteed to get to the last registered entity, which is the pharmacies and the hospitals. That's where we hand over to the retail part. Thank you.
I mean, the benefits are obvious from what you've described, but since we're talking about pharmaceuticals and medicines, I'm going to use, medical parlance. What is the ill that your service is seeking to cure? If you can tell us the situation that you're seeking to address, we'll understand exactly why it's imperative.
All right. So just like I said in my introduction, it's important because the numbers are there, 200 million and over Nigerians. The pharmaceutical market in Nigeria is well over $2.4 billion. That's according to KPMG. And in the next 5 years, or in the next 4 years rather, it's going to be worth about $4 billion. So you can imagine how many products are coming into Nigeria on a daily basis. But unfortunately, the traceability of these products are not guaranteed because by the way it's designed right now, these products exchange a lot of hands from distributors to sub-distributors to sub-distributors. And down that chain line, the pharmacy that is selling this product is not even sure of whether that product he's selling is coming directly from the manufacturer. So what we are doing is we are connecting the pharmacies directly to the manufacturer so that we can secure the integrity of the supply chain. And that's what we're doing with technology, because to do that physically, which we've been trying to do over the years, we've not really been successful. But the good news is that even NAFDAC has been able to tell us as far back as in 2015 that by the use of technology, I'm sure you know about the scratching of antibiotics that you buy in pharmacies. You scratch it and you call the number there. You are able to verify whether it's original or not. So that with that technology alone, NAFDAC has been able to tell us that they've reduced the incidence of counterfeit products from over 40% in 2001 to less than 11% or around 14% in 2015. And that's where we still are now. But so the next thing is now to take technology to drive down the supply chain and ensure traceability of every single product that is coming into the Nigerian market until it gets to the last registered mile, which is the retail pharmacy. That is what we want to do to ensure that down that chain, everything that comes in from genuine stakeholders get wholesomely to the hand of the last, registered entity. That's what we're doing. That's the solution we're bringing. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Okay, I have room for just one question. I want to talk about the last mile challenge. And it was a good thing you talked about, what Sproxil had done as regards the scratching of medicine and all of that. Taking that drug down to the last mile challenge, the logistical interplay is a big problem. What are the challenges you faced in that regard? And how have you been able to, get rid of counterfeit drugs in society?
All right, so the last mile challenge, that's very, very great. The good thing is what we do plan to do in the next few years, according to what we're planning, our business plan, is to make sure that we also enter into the retail space. Right now, the regulation we have in Nigeria, only permits registered pharmaceutical products. I'm talking of the ethical products now, to pass through a supply chain that is only from business to business. From retail down, from the retail pharmacy down to the customer. That has to be, face to face for now. If it's prescription, I mean, for the OTCs, you can actually buy those ones online and so on. But what we're doing is we are restructuring the entire market. We are restructuring the way things are done so that in the next couple of years, we are able to enter fully as a registered entity to drive, the supply chain at that last mile. The challenges are humongous, but I think where the majority of the challenges are coming from is that the pharmacist himself cannot guarantee that this anti-malaria I'm about to dispense is coming directly either from, a GSK or a Pfizer or the indigenous companies that we have in Nigeria. So this solution is well, embraced by a whole lot of companies that we're working with already, and we are bringing in more companies into the fold. So to address your question, the retail, challenge, we're going to be able to overcome them. The best practice is a place like the United Kingdom. Prescription-only products are not retailed, from just any store. I mean, online. You can't get prescription-only medicine online in the UK. I know that's acceptable in the US, but right now we are following guidelines that mirror the UK. And what you do is, if you get a prescription from your doctor, you go to the nearest pharmacy and you get it filled there. And as long as you are filling it from a registered pharmacist, a registered pharmacy, and a registered pharmacist is on that premise, you are guaranteed that you are getting the right thing. So I think once we get it right, I think NAFDAC is doing a very good job at ensuring that we are driving down the numbers of counterfeit and substandard products that are coming into the country. We have to give it to them. But now, midstream, we are also coming in with technology. And the moment those two, the upstream and the midstream, are well taken care of, once we get to a place where we make sure that everybody buying pharmaceuticals are buying it, he or she is buying it from a registered retail pharmacy, you are going to see the RX sign on it, and you make sure that as a pharmacist to counsel you on the right use, the administration of that product, then I think we are secure. But as I said, MegaMedx is still coming into the retail space in the earliest time possible. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, Kola Wojuola, for joining us on the morning show today, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
With your project.